Hey y'all, how y'all doing? What's up? What's up? All right, y'all ready for another Love and Marriage Huntsville episode review? We are season 8, episode 6, and let's just get right into it. First, a little teaser. What do y'all think? Would Stormi or do you think Stormi or Tisha would run them hands? Just something to think about while we do this review. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I wrote down a couple of notes, but some stuff I'm thinking I might not even talk about. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into Kimmy sitting down with Kimmy, Maurice, Marceau, and Tisha sitting down. Kimmy is, I guess, trying to. I guess they're deciding whether or not they're going to have Marceau work on the project for them. Obviously, they are. She says they want to try to keep it in the family. And so, but Kimmy is like being explicit about her concerns with Marceau actually finishing the job. She says finishing on time, but later she actually mentions in her confessional that she's worried about him finishing it at all, period, point blank and period. It's because she brings up the fact that he ain't finished 3 other projects, and then she said and more, but she wasn't gonna go there. So she brings up that he ain't finished the strip mall that he keeps talking about that he's doing. He ain't finished Scott Manor. He ain't finished Tisha's office, which we already know he ain't gonna never do that. That is not high on his priority because he wants her to just keep her butt in the house. So yeah, she's just like, he don't complete projects. So, but I'm like, Kimmy, okay, if you know Marceau don't complete projects, why are you allowing Maurice to talk you into having his brother do something for you and you're supposed to be paying for it? And then Marceau talks, he says in his confessional, like they ain't, like Kimmy and Maurice really ain't trying to pay him to do the work. And I'm like, that don't really make sense because, okay, y'all talking about she's going to have you bid on the project just like other people would bid on it. So how do you trying to say she's not going to pay you for, or maybe you want to get paid more than you think you should get paid considering your level of expertise and experience? And I'm just like, it'd be nice if they would just be honest. Like, Marceau, your level of experience and expertise does not warrant you getting paid the big bucks at this point. Personal opinion, of course, my opinion on that really don't matter because I'm not a builder or a project manager or none of that. But I kind of think it's kind of obvious that he's not that experienced. So Kimmy's just talking about, him finishing it, and Marceau's just looking like, okay, well, we'll get it done if we're able to get it done. And I don't care if you bid me with other people. I want you to bid me along with other people so y'all can understand what it actually takes to get these projects done, and y'all see where I'm coming from and see that I'm not trying to that I'm not telling you anything wrong. I'm not trying to steer you in the wrong direction. And so yeah, I was just not weirded out by that. I'm just kind of like annoyed by that because I'm like, Kimmy, if you know he don't really do good work, why are you allowing Maurice to talk you into using his brother? Because if that was me and my husband, like, I know that's your brother, you want him to do this, but I got stuff that I need to be done a certain way at a certain time, and your brother just gonna have to just be in his feelings a little bit about it because I'm not gonna pay him or allow him to sit on a project that's going to end up costing me money because he's not completing it. So anyway, on to the next thing. Next thing is everybody's getting ready for Nell's birthday. They keep in the closed caption, they keep writing it as Neil. So I'll be about to call her Neil as well. I don't know where Neil is coming from, but Nell, or is that how she spells it? I don't know, but I'm just like, ain't it Nell? Why are they spelling it like Neil? So anyway, I probably lost on that. So, but anyway, everybody's getting prepared for Nell's birthday party, and they showing. So let's see who's all in the car together. One car is Stormi, her husband, Trish, and Ken. And basically, they just talking about how, well, Trish brings up to Stormi that Tisha said that Nell was feisty and that what you can expect at her birthday party is for Nell to be feisty. And Stormi's like, well, she was talking about Nell, what she say about me? And Tisha was just like, she don't understand where y'all, where y'all relationship went wrong, that type of thing. And so then Courtney, I thought it was funny. Courtney shaded the hell out of Maurice. He was like, I don't understand. That was kind of weird. He was like, really, only people I mess with is Chris and who else he say? Oh shoot, I forgot who else he said. Chris and somebody else. He said he's the only people he mess with, and he don't mess with the Scots. And he was like, I just thought it was kind of weird how Maurice was doing all that mess when his wife was going through her cancer, and Stormi just kind of looked aside, was kind of giggling a little bit, but I'm like, yeah, finally one of the men are standing up and saying that mess was crazy. Like, you can't just be there for your wife. You gotta, that whole mess what he was talking about was crazy. Like, oh, I gotta get some. I have to have it. I have to have it. It's like, you don't even sort of kind of care about how your wife is feeling in this extremely scary experience that she's going through. All you can think about is humping. Anyway, so they talked about that. I thought it was funny. Courtney shaded the hell out of Maurice with that. And I was like, thank you. Finally, somebody. And so in the other car is Tisha, her husband, Kimmy, and Maurice. And Tisha was just like, I don't understand basically why Stormi wouldn't invite me to her Galentine's thing when me and her barely even talk. Like, that's weird as hell. I don't know why she's moving weird like that. Like, I don't understand that at all. And then that makes a whole lot of sense. She was like, she sent her a text to I would love for you guys to be there. Maurice was like, love. It's like, yeah, why? That whole situation is weird. It's like, I think Stormi has a hard time trying to pick a position, and I think she wants to play the fence and kind of be, I do think, and honestly, I think like Carlos, how he did with Tisha and Marcel, prompting up like, oh, y'all going to be the couple and the face of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I think he's doing that same thing with Stormi and Courtney, and that's why they're involved in like every single scene damn near, and why Stormi feels so confident to try to be like this person that brings people together. But it's like, Stormi, you need to play a position. Like, you going back and forth, like, you ain't checking for that girl. You do not like Tisha. Why are you trying to be like, oh, I would love for you to attend? Okay, bye. So they have those little conversations there, and then they get into, they finally make it to the party, and Tisha, she's in there, and she's like already turned up, y'all. Tisha's like so freaking turned up. She must have been throwing back drinks as soon as she got there. Because when Mel comes in, she's making all these weird faces. And then she's like all in Mel's face, like trying to touch on Mel and trying to take her glasses off her face. And Mel is just kind of like, lean back a little bit like, girl, what are you doing? And she even says like, Tisha is like, she's turned up, And so as soon as everybody sits down, she's like, it's like attacking people. Tisha's like attacking people. As soon as Nell's first, she's like, make comments, how you gonna be late to your own birthday party? And Mel's like, well, it's her birthday party. That's, you gonna come fast and be late to your birthday party. Quick side note, y'all. Do y'all think that Tisha is possibly going through some stuff? Maybe with Marceau, maybe within her marriage. Because her behavior, I'm sorry, at this party was like really kind of crazy. She was really overly turned up. Like, it's like she was super nervous and super uncomfortable or something. Maybe because she'd been talking trash about so many people, and then they sat her at that table without Marceau to be her backbone. Maybe that's what it was. Or I'm thinking like, is it more to it than that? Is it that she's really having a rough time with something going on in her personal life, and she ain't really trying to talk to nobody about it? She's just like acting out because of it, with the attacking other people and just overly drinking. She wasn't like a complete lush, but she was doing more than we've seen her do in the past on this show, to the point where it really was concerning, to the point where I could see that other people around her was kind of looking like, what is going on? I'm wondering, y'all, do y'all think what do y'all think? Do y'all think it's maybe that she was just nervous because Marcel wasn't there to back her up and be her backbone and be her mouthpiece? Or is it because she's like actually going through some stuff right now and she's just doing her best to keep her calmness about herself the best way she knows how? But it's not coming out right because her insecurity is popping out and jumping out in front of everything that she's trying to say and do. But anyway, back to the review. And then as soon as Nell sits down, she first thing she's talking about is how, oh yeah, everybody's great around here, everybody's pretty cool, but you gotta understand some of the ladies can be feisty, people can be feisty. And Nell was like, who are you talking about? She's like, you can be feisty. And she was like, no, you are the one feisty. Her and excuse me, Melody both said like you kind of being the one that's being feisty right now. You're basically the one that's turned up. And she's just like, no, I mean, you can be feisty, you doing this and that. And then she starts trying to attack Mel and Nell. To myself, I'm gonna call y'all both y'all Mel. I'm gonna call y'all both Mel. And they was just like, no, Melody's like, no, I'm Mel and she's Nell. Like, don't be trying to team us up and make us one individual, because that's not how we roll. So yeah, she's shading them. Then they start talking about Stormy starts bringing up the fact that she wants to go and do bodybuilding and stuff like that. And she's just like, oh, well, I got a lot of work to do. Like, you going to have to hook me up. I'm going to have a lot of work to do. It's like, Tisha, ain't nobody saying you need to be competing with Stormi and what Stormi got going on. And even more so, then Stormi is like, yeah, Tisha, you like being super feisty and you being weird and stuff like that. That's Stormi's favorite word, you being weird. And Tisha's like, no, what's weird is you inviting somebody to your Valentine party to much you love for them to attend when you was just going off on them and was saying some messed up things to them at the reunion. And she was like, Storm was like, what did I say? What was I saying to you at the reunion? She's like, you know what you was saying. She was like, no, what was I saying? She was like, but what you was saying to me about, what did you mean by me popping pills? I need to go and pop some pills. What was that all about? She was like, well, Tisha was like, well, if you don't know what that means, I don't know what it means. You know what it means. And Trish is just sitting in the back looking at both of them like, what the hell is going on over here with the both of you? But I think also Trish is kind of looking at Tisha like, okay, now, I don't really know if I really want to mess with you for real, because you seem like you just kind of offhand or off put in all sorts of ways. Because Tisha was so loud. They were showing her, she was just like constantly drinking and just getting loud and boisterous with everybody. And I'm looking like, okay, Marceau, I guess I used to get mad at Marceau, be trying to come over and control Tisha, but it looks like maybe he does need to be there to do that with her, because she just be doing way too much. She was just randomly going off on people and shading people. It was a hot ass mess, y'all. To the point where I was like, okay, like let's just get off of this with Tisha. And then Stormi, Tisha, they going back and forth so much, they start doing that hand clap. You know how that goes, y'all. Like, girl, this, and then clap. Well, girl, what you trying to do? And then clap. And then, girl, what's this? And clap. I'm just like, neither one of y'all gonna run them hands. So just both of y'all sit down, simmer down. Both of y'all simmer down. But I don't know, y'all. It kind of look. I don't know. It kind of like one of them. The funny thing about Stormi and Tisha, for real, y'all, I really think they're literally the same person. I think they both have the same type of mentality and mindset when it comes down to it. So it's like, I can't tell between the two of them which one will actually run them hands. I think Tisha will probably be the first one to jump at it if Marceau isn't there to stop her. But I'm trying to think who would win. That's a hard one for me, y'all. I don't know who would. Now look, I ain't trying to promote violence, but the both of them be popping off, and I really would like to know like what y'all opinions are on which one of y'all think would run them hands for real. So that's that on that part. So y'all, let's get into this whole Trish and Ken situation. So Ken, he's sitting there talking to Marceau, Chris, Maurice. and Courtney, which by the way, it was so funny because Courtney, like during most of the conversation, he was over at the little buffet table making him a plate and snacking while he was over there. I'm like, go ahead, Courtney. Just I like how Courtney be playing the role sometimes. He just be like, yeah, and I'm gonna check out right about now. I gotta like his character and his position on this show. He's funny to me. So anyway, he over to making him his snacks while Ken is over talking about his relationship with Trish to the fellas. So he's basically over there clearing stuff up because Maurice or Marcel, one of them asked him like, so when you plan on getting married, and because they asked him, were you married? He's like, no. It was like, when y'all plan on getting married? He's like, I don't know. And they just start laughing. And he's like, well, the thing about it is that, she's still married. They ain't signed papers yet, And I like that he cleared some things up because, a lot of us didn't understand, like, what really is going on. Like, are they married but basically he's saying that a lot of people don't even know that they're still married and that they're even separated. So that's why this little weird energy and hush hush with her out in the community, I guess, in the out there in the hood and neighborhood or whatever, like around in their community. Like people are looking like, why are you with this dude? Why aren't you with your husband? Because for whatever weird reason, people don't even know that they're separated and that they're supposed to be getting married. But Ken said that they supposedly have been separated for 5 years now. Trish, I think she said 3 to 4 years, but Ken says 5 years. So I don't know there. I don't know what's the discrepancy there, but a lot of people around the town don't know that they are even separated. I'm like, that's weird. But I do understand that sometimes people get so used to a couple being together, like if they're together 15 to 20 years, and then all of a sudden you see the wife out with this random dude, you like, what's going on? And you may not want to pry and get up in their business, so you don't ask for clarification. But yeah, basically they said people in the town really don't even know that the two of them are actually separated. So that's kind of weird and crazy. And Trish does kind of discuss that with the girls when she's over there talking to them. She explains that she is married, but she's not married to the dude that she showed up with at the party tonight. And Kimmy's like, oh, And they just, Kimmy and Mel both are looking like, okay, okay, thanks for the clarification. But, she explains the situation and what's going on, but it's like, girl, you're gonna have to keep it real with your guy. Like, when are you gonna actually make the move to end your actual marriage? Because if I was Ken, I would be very uncomfortable in that situation with her. So Trish, you need to get on the ball and clear things up and do what you need to do. If that's the man for you, and you're saying that your previous marriage, he wasn't there for you, he wasn't supportive of you in your time of grieving and all of that, then you need to just make the moves. You already basically, quote, shacking up with this other man. So end the previous relationship and wrap things up so the both of you can move on, and you can go ahead and start your new life, and you can let your soon-to-be ex-husband start his life and just go from there. So that's pretty much it on this episode. I am looking forward to some further clarification or a wrap up of the fight between Stormi and Tisha. See if it actually, how turned up it gets between the two of them. It looks like probably not much more than them clapping hands at each other, but I want to see the rest of that. And then we got Melody and Marceau sitting down next week, which is interesting to me because it's so funny. It's like, to me, Melody is the only person that's able to put Marceau in check. Like I think that's why Tisha really has an issue with Melody, because Marceau seems to respect Melody, but y'all see he clearly does not respect Tisha. And they also show an upcoming episode where Marceau is disrespecting Tisha again, basically belittling her about how she handled herself at the party. And I'm like, girl, I don't see how you could deal with that. Somebody just constantly putting you down, belittling you, but that's what he does, and it's actually really sad to see. And I just, you won't more for people all you want, but if Tisha don't see something better for herself, she just gonna stay there and let him keep doing it, and that's very unfortunate. But yeah, y'all, this episode was pretty good. I think things are heating up and, starting to make full circle, and, the pot is being stirred pretty good here. And I think we're going to end up seeing some things being cleared up and understood. And I think we got a lot of good stuff coming up as far as this season goes. I'm actually looking forward to it. So y'all, that's all for me. If you like this commentary, give me a like. If you like my commentary thus far, please give me a subscribe, and I will chat with you guys later. Bye bye for now.